Good morning, world, and happy Wednesday to you. Today is actually a pretty cool day because yesterday, one of my best friends, Antonio, he flew into town. We're shooting a week of YouTube videos for our other channel, The Social Intellects, and we decided to batch record since we live at a distance. He's still in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm, of course, in Washington, D.C. We're doing 8 videos this week, which is pretty exciting because we changed our planning process for videos. Coming to you live, we're gonna have some really funny videos coming out there soon, just about different social skits regarding productivity apps and regarding AI and regarding certain societal norms as far as how guys and girls are developing. So really funny stuff. Stay tuned, but looking forward to having him here. And it also reminded me, and I think this is an interesting thing for guys to talk about, but the value of treating your friends well. And I've seen a ton of YouTube videos or a ton of conversations where guys, we have these kind of interesting relationships with each other, or at least we have a lot of skits that make fun of this, where the relationships are pretty surface level, or the skit where the guy doesn't know the other person's last name or birthday, years into the relationship. And one of the things that I've tried to do to become a better friend over the years, especially in my post-college life, is to be intentional with the relationships and to treat my guy friends with respect, yes, but also with a level of care, with a level of intention, and just to try to bless them, because I believe that's what makes friendships great. That's what makes friendships special, and that's what makes friendships something that's unique, and it provides a level of value that maintains the friendship. And I'm not saying every friendship needs to be this way. Every friendship most likely won't be this way. This is probably more of a conversation for people in your inner circle, which is those people on your hand that you can count that deserve this level of attention. But I would also argue that treating anybody with this level of intention shows a level of care, shows a level of effort that doesn't go unnoticed, but it's also abnormal in this world. And one of my personal tenets, and one of the things that I like to do with friendships, with family, especially when it comes to birthdays or special celebrations, is to do something or to provide something at a level that blesses them or blows them away. Because what better feeling is it to see someone excited for the fact that you took time, thought, and intention to really create an experience for them that makes them feel valued, that makes them feel heard, and that makes them feel seen as a person. And just as a short example, Antonio and I, we have a great relationship, have for the past 3 or 4 years. Of course, we're business partners now, but he was on his flight here, and we originally had plans for dinner. Of course, as flights are doing these days, the flight got delayed. And so, unfortunately, he had to stay at the airport a little bit longer, had to stay at the airport again a little bit longer, and then he had to actually switch flights in order for the flight not to be canceled. And that put his time coming here from around 8:30 or so to around 10:30, which didn't make dinner feasible. So what I did in the meantime is I went and got him a card, actually, from CVS. And then I came back to my apartment and I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, we're not gonna have dinner. Let me go and grab ice cream, because that's one of his favorite desserts. And I also bought Celsius energy drinks, since we both like a little bit of an energy drink to wake up to in the morning. And that's a very minor thing, of course. It's not a big gift, it's not a big present, it's not dinner, of course. But I said, okay, if I was coming into town, yes, for business, but also to see a great friend, and it was my birthday, which it's his birthday, maybe I should have mentioned that. Why don't I do something that he could have expected, that he could have anticipated that, or he could have wanted that, but do something that either delivers on that expectation or do something that creates an experience that he didn't expect. And of course, Antonio, being the awesome person that he is, was super grateful and super thankful. And I just felt great as a friend that he felt acknowledged and felt received really well, and just felt a warm welcome. And that's something that we do for each other as men. And both of us Of course, we have our guy things too that are kind of funny guy social norms that we engage in as well. But ultimately, it was a great experience. We had great conversations, and we're excited for a very productive shoot today and for the rest of the week. So this, again, maybe a little bit of an odd topic, but it feels good to bless your closest friends. It feels good to provide them a level of intention and thought that makes them feel valued. And I believe that's why I have the relationships that I do, is because I'm intentional with those. And I've actually had friendships who now change the way that they treat their friends, even their family, and the experiences that they want to provide them, and start to impact local groups and community they're around by creating those experiences. And that's really what it's all about, is making the world a better place, one friendship, one experience at a time. I'm just obsessed with that concept. Maybe it's because I'm a bit of a spiritual person, or maybe because I've seen and experienced life in a certain way that makes me want to give back to others. But very excited for you guys to take this message and say, hey, is there a friendship I can give a higher level of attention to, or a high level of care to? And what could that potentially unlock in that relationship, as far as conversations that weren't being had before, or getting to create experiences and adventures with a trip that otherwise wouldn't have been had before. So to me, that makes life worth it. That makes this life experience, the one that we have, really, really exciting. And I hope you guys can share and to be able to do the same. So have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon.